Hi, I'm Ivan Zoot. Welcome into another video in my continuing series, Keep Haircutting Simple. Haircutting's supposed to be simple. Haircutting's supposed to be fun. Let's not make it tricky. Let's not make it complicated. Thank you so much for being here. You know the rules when we play hard. We like, we comment, we share videos, we turn on notifications, we subscribe to the channel. I so very much appreciate you doing all of those things. And in exchange for that, I'm going to bring you more simple haircutting content. Today I want to talk about basic arrangement for the top cutting of a traditional classic tapered men's haircut. I'm going to break it down on paper, then I'm going to break it down on the head. I want to keep it simple. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a picture of a guy's head viewed from above. That would be his nose, and these would be his ears. We're all on the same head right here. Here's the process for what I do to evenly balanced and symmetrically cut through the top of the haircut. The first thing I do, and we'll call this the front hairline. The first thing I do is I cut my top center guide. It's a narrow section at the top of the head. I'll stand to the side of the head and I'll cut that section to my guide length. The second thing I'll do is what I call widening my guide. I'm going to use that center guide and I'm going to part up a section of hair that's a little bit wider on both sides so that when I comb it up, I will see a guide length with long hair on both sides of the guide. And then I will cut all of that to create a wide guide through the top of the head. Once I've created my wide guide, skinny guide, turn it into a wide guide. Once I've created my wide guide, I will split it down the middle and I will put half over here and half over there. Basic center parting. Then I'm going to move over. Remember panel cutting on the back of the head? It's panel cutting on the top of the head. I'm going to use half that much of my wide guide and that much new hair. So I'm going to move over. So now I'm going to be cutting that area. And I'm going to break this down into sections through that area. Top to bottom, front to back. Then I'm going to move over. I'm going to get rid of all of that hair. And I'm going to add to it all of this hair. And now I'm going to focus on this area. Notice, the middle guide and a little bit was this section. Then we lost a little of that, we added new. We're going to continue to hop over. Then we'll do it again and we'll move to here. Then we'll do it again and we'll move to there. Always working our way through to cut that whole side. Then we'll switch to the other side and we'll repeat. The beauty industry loves the expression, repeat on the opposite side. And what that will do then is have given me the opportunity to cut the entire top of the head. Now, that's what it looks like in theory. Let's look at it in practice. Let's look at it on the head. I'm going to move my chart out of the way. I'm going to invite my client back in. Are you ready to see what this looks like when we actually do it? It looks like this. I'm going to dampen the hair slightly so that I can get cleaner sections and partings. I love to work with product in the hair. This is BioVitatin Leave-In. It's a lightweight spray-on leave-in conditioner from John Amico Professional. That's the hair care company that manufactures my Clipper Guy products. They make all the Clipper Guy products with my name on them and a whole world of other great products. I'm going to pick up my Zoot comb, part of my Zoot comb cutting system. More information on that in the video description. And now I'm going to cut the top of the hair. I'm going to take my top center section, just like you saw me do in the doodle, and I'm going to comb it up. I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to cut it off. And I'm going to move forward, combing, holding, and cutting. I'm going to move forward, combing, holding, and cutting. I'm going to move forward, combing, holding, and cutting. I'm going to go back to the top, and I'm going to move backwards, looking for a piece of the previously cut section of my fingers to serve as my guide. Combing, holding, and cutting. Combing, holding, and cutting. combing, holding, and cutting. Now we said we were going to be cutting the top. So when I get to about the occipital bone in the back, I'm going to stop. That created step one, my little top center guide. Then I said I was going to do what I called widening my guide. I stand behind my client. I take a parting to the side of my top center section. And I'm going to comb up sections here. And if I did this right when I comb it up, you're going to see a short guide in the middle with long hair on either side. For visual purposes, let's do it right here. Oh, look at that. I've got the short guide in the middle with the long hair on either side. So I do this. And as I described this previously, I called it widening my guide. I'm going to move forward a little bit. There it is. I'm going to move forward a little bit. There it is. I'm going to move forward a little bit. There it is. Then I'm going to come back to the top where I left off. And now I'm going to start working my way backward. I'm going to work back from where I am. I'm going to work back from where I am. I'm going to work back from where I am through the crown of the haircut. At this point, I've done what I called widening my guide. I've got a nice wide guide on the top of the head, so I'm going to split it left and right, center parting. If you've been following along with me now, you understand there's guide on both sides of my top center parting. So now I hop over and I look for the guide and I cut. And I hop over and I look for the guide and I cut. And I hop over and I look for the guide and I cut. Now you'll notice I'm not cutting all of this because I didn't get down there yet. I'll work my way back through the head, then I'll move over and work my way back through the head, then I'll move over and work my way back through the head. And that'll cut that complete side. And then, as we say in the haircutting business, repeat on the opposite side. That's how I break down the structure of the interior of a classic tapered men's haircut. I cut the top in that way. Scissors, clipper, razor, the tools, we have options, we have choices, because we have skills, because we have information, because we want to keep haircutting simple. Thank you so much for being here and joining me for this week's video. There'll be another video next week, and I'll be here to share it, and I hope you will join me for that. Have a great day.